Hello and welcome to another episode of Motorsport Manager with Levingston Motors. We're at Milan. Last time we raced at Milan, we finished 6th with Engelhardt but 18th with Marsh. And there was rain as well, just like today. Low fuel bill, no tyre wear, so you can push if it's not too hot quite easily. I don't know the actual temperatures though. At the end of this episode, there will be the spec engines vote, which we'll be trying to force through. 13th or above. Hopefully we get that. No need to bother about this because we've not made any new parts. We're pretty much done. Done for parts, I think. Off we go to Italy. Ellie Marsh actually wanted me to fire her mechanic, so I told her to sod off, basically. I'm surprised we did so well last time. It must have been because of the rain, because this is an engine-heavy track, and my engine's crap. If there can be a crash again, like Guildford, like the British Grand Prix, that'd be very nice, with the same rain pattern. I know what to do now in that case. Feedback 20. She's lost her thing. A distraction with the modelling. Or the singing, whatever it was. Yeah, it's gone now, so she's actually regained all her stats back. Which now actually makes it quite damn good, apart from the smoothness. But we can counter that with the trait. I'm now tempted to keep her. Because we've seen her, she's not that bad. Although I have got someone with 100% max ability in the line. But I'll talk about that when we get back to the after the Grand Prix really, and we'll see you for the race. Well, that is the end of practice. The soft tyres will be fine. Engelhardt did like 6 laps and still had about 30% tyre life. So in a 21 lap race, that's fine. I'm finished 6th and 10th. But there is possible rain at Milan, so we'll see how this goes. Once again, it's heavy rain 3 lines, so this might require wets once again. It's exactly the same as the last 2 races with rain. It looks like it's going to start off intermediate but then quickly go to the wet. I don't know for sure because I can't see that far ahead. We might go back down to 2 lines, in which case it will be the inter tyre we want. We'll soon see. We want race trim and soft tyres. Race trim and nurse, because we've already race stripped to gain. That's probably some of the performance of most of our parts. That spec. It's ridiculous that. Over once next season the engines will be spec, and that can really help us. The setups were quite easy because even though this is track B of Milan and not track A, the only difference is like one little chicane. Where is it? If you look, there's track A, but if you look here on track B, there's basically that. That's the difference. Just use this bit to make it really short or something. It's practically NASCAR, isn't it? Just with a little bit more turns, but whatever. Firebird with 1 win there, okay. So knowledge is fine, both on 95%. I'm going to push hard and hopefully it doesn't go straight to wets. There's only 3 races to go, including this one. So the season is grinding down to the end. That's a bad start by Marsh. Not usually what happens there. That's going to allow Engelhardt to push up right behind her. As Elsa Dart and Cavalcanti there just go straight by everybody. Sheesh. It's going to be wets again. from the looks of it. Engelhardt trying to get past Marsh allows Zarate there straight through. Both Levingston Motors teammates fighting with each other, and Engelhardt wins the duel. He has the better car and is the better driver, so that is expected. But this could be a bad race for us. It is engine heavy, and our engines are crap. As you saw, they just went flying by us. But that also means Predator will struggle as well. It's going to be wet. But it's going to be a slower grind, and it's going to be like 3 or 4 laps of inters. Might as well speed this up, we're doing crap. Engelhardt actually gains a position, I don't know who off. He's not going to keep it. A lot of fighting going back for position. People are for the most part still pushing. Might as well, you're not going to inters or wets soon anyway. One, two, three. That's 4 laps of inters. Is anyone pitting? See, 4 laps of. See, it really depends if the one after that 5 is into or wet. Because if it's wet, you might as well go into wets. I think we're going to go into wets. I think Marsh is actually going to come onto wets now. Oh. No, I'm going to stay out for all that. There is a risk of crashing though, I think. Okay, we're trying to get past Evans here. Alright, we're going to wets next lap. We're going to medium now because you're in the condition to do that. We'll still overtake with Engelhardt because he needs to fuel up and his condition should be fine anyway. Yeah, it's going to wet weather. Go on to wets. We saw it last time, it was going straight onto wets was the right option. So that's what we're going to do this time. There's no safety car to help us out. High chance of a mistake though. And we're out in front. Yep, they're going on to wets. So 19th and 20th place, all behind Marsh here. This will stay wet for a while actually. It might be wet for the rest of the race at this rate. That is Santa Ana. No, it's not. That's Evans. Oh, there's 4 cars coming out the pit all at the same time here. We're up into 4th. Must have had a good pit stop. Up into 3rd for now. This should be happening though because our engine's crap. Even with the weight stripping, it's still pretty poor. So far so good for Engelhardt. Marsh up into 11th as people pit. I saw Evans on dry tyres a while ago, so he's pitted too late. Yeah, look, it's all about managing the change back onto dries from the looks of it, or onto inters. Might turn to inter weather soon. It's still going to rain, but it's going to start drying off a bit. So we're currently 4 seconds off first place. And catching. But we're being caught here quite hard by Zarate in the Firebird, in the Kruger, the second best car on this grid, and we can't defend it. Still, so far so good for Engelhardt. Oh, he's gone wide there. Who was that? Lamb of Garuda, who are in first place at the minute. That's not good for them, because the Oster, the other guy, is down in 14th. We're still pushing hard with Engelhardt. It is going to dry out. Looks like it's going to be dry out quite quickly as well, so we might want to save as much fuel as we can here, so we can go straight onto dryers. That's the benefit of other weather forecasts. I could have seen that and immediately conserve my tyres and everything to last it out, to get the better changeover. Because they're pushing, they're going to go into inters and then onto dries. If we can get it right onto dries, it's going to dry out quite quickly there. We can push with our tyres though, because the tyre wear is quite low on this track. It's going to last a few laps. So because if you go straight onto dries, you don't have to pit again, and you don't have to worry about fuel as much. Still pushing with our tyres. Engelhardt's still in 4th for now. Elsadat's trying to make a move. Marsh from 15th. Okay. This is where everyone overtakes him now because he stopped pushing. We've got 3 cars right behind him looking to pounce. Yeah, here they come. Our car's not good enough to keep this sort of position, because you have to just push the entire way. We need to get the tyre change correct here. But Engelhardt is not letting go of Elsadat here. He is not happy. With people burning fuel so fast, I might have to pit a bit early. I'm trying to get to like lap 11. Well, lap 12, lap 13 to go on to dryers. That was actually a bit behind. It says that we're on lap 10 now, we're lap ahead. Right, attack again. You can attack as well, actually, got plenty of tyre wear, and tyre temperature's perfectly fine. Right. Oh, it even tells you there when it's wet and stuff. I've just seen that. Right, people are pitting. If they're pitting for dries, that's a mistake. If they're pitting for wets, inters, then we've messed up. But what are you gonna do? It's still wet, so I'm guessing wets are better than dries on a wet track. People are pitting for dries. I think I might want to pit with Marsh now, because I don't think 2 laps time it's going to be. How many 8 laps remaining. Okay, fill up. Tyre choice 8 to 10, but we've got light-footed. Back conditions a bit dodgy actually with the brakes anyway. So pit now, because Engelhardt's going to pit next lap. So attack, overtake. Softs, you're going to be fine. Fill up, because that's going to give him extra fuel to push with. Pack condition's perfectly fine. Engine's a bit dodgy, but it's not going to matter too much, I don't think. We're getting on 4th place. Well, we were. No mistakes. He's in 10th. We're ahead of both Predator races, so it doesn't really matter too much. We might get our sponsor objective though. We've got the ground to do it. If we're lucky, Marsh will start catching Dreyfus and start bottling it out. Even if she falls in the end, slow these guys, slow Dreyfus and all these guys down. Ensure we get our sponsor objective. Because we've got that ground that is over there. Garuda's on our ass. They'll give him absolute full whack. No, they won't. Down to 11th. There's not a lot we can do. If they're going to push, we're going to make it hard for them anyway. She's starting to... No, she no longer has excess fuel. Sabada behind us, but he is backing up as well. We're getting a few warning lights. We might have to go to basically all her parts. Instead of trying to load those tyre temps a bit, we've got a bit of ground on 12th. We're worried about 10th, we're worried about this one. Went to attack and I didn't even see it. Excess fuel again, but I'm not gonna risk it with the car condition. I don't think his condition's pretty fine though. See, the train ahead, if they run out of fuel or something, we can really make a push. Rogers is up over the back of Marsh here. He is pushing, but I'm going to have to push. I'm actually going to give her a high engine mode as well to give her a bit of an edge over Rogers here, because she'll have the better car. But even though tyre heating, they do it, so we have to do it. Not too many laps to go, so we should be alright for tyre wear. Okay, down to medium. Right, push, try and catch up to those above you a bit, because the guy behind you is looking a bit close for comfort as well. Making a move on Sabado here, on the outside, despite the warning lights. Right, I'm going to conserve now, because that's what Rogers is doing. This tower's looking a bit bad now. We are catching... he's pitting. Conserve then. Diosta's pitting. Animas drops, but she can't really push. The tyres need to last. But she needs to back up on those tyres. She's beating Predator, and that's all that really matters with her. See, people are pitting. They can't go the full last. They can't go for the full lap. Engelhardt can. Engelhardt's just got into 6th position here. Ignore, right, go low. We've just gained a bunch of position because people are about to pit again. Just get the car around the track, Marsh. You can finish it. This could be our best race of the season here. Coming to high. We're miles ahead from 7th. We're going for 5th. We have the condition. We have the tyre wear. We have the fuel. We're going for 5th. Why would you do that? He has an issue. We end up slowing down right behind him. Marsh is dropping like a sack of spuds. We're catching up to the Garuda. Johnston is out of fuel. He's ahead, but he's going to finish. We're right behind the Garuda. We're going for 4th position here. He gets it. We're 1 position off a podium. We're going to get 12th. That is 4th place, ladies and gentlemen. And Marsh gets a respectable 12th position with the car about to break. A 4th placed finish for Engelhardt. Our strategy today was the correct one. Marsh, I mean, we beat Dragon Race in China quite easily. We've beaten Predator. We've beaten who were they? It was a purple team. Vexala. Alcidar's probably means... Actually, no, we've beaten Archer as well. Because both Marsh is above Rogers, Engelhardt's above Alcidar. That is a great race for us. That is a lot of points. That is an exceptional race. That is now our best race of the season. I think once the engine's level, we get the strategy right with Engelhardt, his driver, we're going to smash this league. I'm telling you. We're seeing good signs here. Last season it was just a case of beating Predator. This season, even though that is our goal, we are showing really good signs here. Our 4th place finish with the worst car on the grid. It's not the worst car on the grid because that's Marsh's car, but we've got 12th place with Marsh with the worst car on the grid. Oh! We've got a podium! We're all breaking for Cavalcanti! We're 3rd! We've got a podium! And Marsh gains position as well, thanks to Mello. It's a 4th place demotion for Cavalcanti that pushes us into 3rd. It's our first podium. It's history. What a huge race for Engelhardt. Silver Racing let their drivers down, and we beat them as well. 3rd place. We'll get a trophy. Holy crap. That's huge. Both drivers moving up the championship. We moved into 8th position thanks to that amazing race from Engelhardt. The first half of the race was terrible, but apparently our strategy was the right one. We came in, the longer term strategy was right. The other teams went in too early, had to refuel, and that gave us a lot of points. We're in 8th position, we're miles ahead of Predator. Two races to go, we could finish 8th, and that would give us more prize money. Won't be a big difference, but that is a big race. That is a big race for Levingston Motors. And then I got a Ravalry. With Santa Ana. Oh. And Sabado. Oh, we don't care about that. Because we're going to sign either of them. We finished 4th in the end. Maxability is going to go up. Happiness is maxed out. Really, the rival should be with Evans. But that is a huge race for us. I can't believe we've got a podium. Bloody hell. And now it's time for the vote. Will the good times keep on coming? You know what? We'll do an interview here. That is our best race in our history. If I say this, I'll put up Engelhardt. And that means he will sign with me. Yes. So even if it's... I think it's too good for us. With that extra bit of star he's got. He wanted to join a new league. But that personality trait means we can reassign him. And keep him as our number one. Oh, it's all going right for Levingston Motors. We could have buttered her up to try and get her, but we don't know how good she is. And she'll want a lot of money as well, I think. He's not very good. We'll have a beard, though. Although that marketability is... yeah, it's terrible. Basically. What about here? What about Millie Davis? High marketability, but terrible driver. Okay. Is there anyone else to scout? We'll scout these two as well. I probably won't sign him because he's too old. Some of them, we might as well scout. Because if they're really good for like one season with good marketability, you might as well. I can't believe we got third place. That is a massive result. I don't understand why we do so well on that track. It's not our car, it's our strategy. Our strategy normally hinders us. When you consider the Black Sea race, which is next, and of course the Munich race with the rain, but that isn't. Oh, our car's getting even worse now, but we are. Next season should be better. Yeah, for us, because we're improving our risky parts now. Kind of limited thanks to our designer, but what you gonna do? Car improved parts. That Laban's actually fine. Really, we should improve the reliability of Marsh's car now, because I think Engelhardt is where it's going to be. Don't need to improve it anymore. And then we can use freight stripping on Marsh's car. I mean, this can be finished before the end of the season anyway, so it doesn't really matter that much. And here is the political votes. Apparently it won't benefit us. It's because the rest of our parts are crap, so we get less chance to grow. No, I'm voting for it. All 8 votes. I will force this thing through. It's good for us, this. The game's wrong. And it's through. It's through. I don't think it can be stopped. Yeah, it's through. Predator are against it. Only using 1 vote. He was all my votes. Bit of a waste. But engines are now spec. The rest of our parts are alright. I mean, they're not great, but they're not. They're somewhat competitive once you put the risky parts on. And we can move from there. That's how we do it. Well, we need a new sponsor. That'll give us some more for probably sign, the signing on bonus. But that's for next time. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time with some more Motorsport Manager of Levingston Motors.